didn't finish painting my nails. It's all really personal, I think. There's a lot about my experiences. Sometimes I think a lot of people write about experiences like scenarios, stuff that might happen to them, and I can't write about stuff unless it really happens to me, which is why a lot of the topics in my music are really repetitive and really, you know, brought up multiple times. Is because, hang on, I can't really imagine what it would be like to write about something that I haven't gone through. You know, it's all very, like, yeah, personal to me, which is why I only have a certain amount of stuff out, is because it takes a lot of effort to release stuff so visceral. I don't really, like, consciously choose what images become sonical for me. It's all just sort of like it comes with the moment of writing music. So if I want to put the mention of a moon in another song because I love talking about the moon, then it just comes to me, and I don't really give it a second thought. I'm just like, if it works, then I'll put it in there. It's all really just, most lyrics take a while for me to really come up with, but when it's imagery and stuff, it's just sort of off the fly. Something that shocked me, a line that I've written that still shocks me to this day, is probably, if you've ever listened to like the different remixes of Seven, there's a version where I just speak through the whole song, and the entire monologue I wrote it, and then I decided, probably in 10 minutes when I had the song as in it, just without singing, that I was going to read it out and that would be played in the back of the song, and that really just came and then it happened, and then I kept it in there because I thought it was cool. But I didn't really decide actively that was something I wanted to do. It just kind of came with the songwriting. Sorry I keep going out of fucking screen. Don't like painting my nails under pressure at all. It's really something that goes alongside the music that I write, you know. It's not two separate hobbies. I love taking pictures, I love editing pictures, I love doing all this cool graphic design stuff. It's stuff I'm really passionate about, and then I think the music career came alongside that because I wanted something that wasn't just visual that I could show off as something that I made, that I had done myself, and music just came to me then. I don't really remember why I started it. I don't know. Well, I did this, obviously my first song was Disgrace, you know. But again, I don't really know why I wrote that. It just sort of happened, yeah. I don't play shows actually. I've never played my own music live. I don't talk to enough people to do it. No, I don't. all the people that I talk to that actually play instruments probably wouldn't be willing enough to play my music because it feels really vain. That's why I don't really like doing it. Yeah, no. Yeah, there is definitely challenges to getting music out there now compared to any other time in the history of ever. It's hard to become recognised, I think, as someone who does a lot of stuff because people are really close-minded. People don't like to hear new things, so I have to constantly talk about it and be like, hey, if you do know I do music as well, and it always feels really pretentious to have to bring it up at least once, but if I don't, then I feel underappreciated. And then recently I remember like seeing statistics for like how what my music was like and stuff, and that blew my mind because it was something like 31, 32 monthly listeners, and that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people, and in 1 month I just feel like that's shocks me really that so many people can actually enjoy it. And it's not really like I hope that I want people to talk about how I make the age that I am and how I make music, how I represent myself, because I don't want to get like a sudden boom of success. I'm 16, you know. I don't want to have that sudden like reach towards a lot of people because that feels overwhelming. But then also I don't want to be someone who has like 2 monthly listeners in like 1 year, you know. In a year's time. I just don't want to be underappreciated, but then I also don't want to have an overwhelming amount of success. I want enough people to listen to me. I want the people that listen to my music to be people that understand it and not people that listen to it performatively, because that's a big thing now. Yeah, I hit writer's block a lot. That's why I did The Moon Is No Door, and then I had a break for about 9 months because I just couldn't bring anything out of me. And once I write something, I always think, oh no, this is the end. I won't be able to do anything else. Like, that's it. I can't physically get anything else out of me. And then I always end up doing it. So I always worry about it. But then I always end up proving myself wrong. But then I always worry about it. So, I mean, the latest thing I did was the single for A Moment More, which originally was just gonna be A Moment More. But I was feeling inspired with my guitar. Wait. There. That's my guitar. And I was sat there and I was playing, and I came up with something and I recorded it then. And then in 10 minutes I had Homebound, which is a demo. I was originally going to put demo in the title, but it wasn't like I was going to rework it at any point, so that's what that came of. And there was no singing, it was just, the only thing in it is a little video clip of me when I was about 6, counting to 100. I say to 100, I counted to, I think, 59. Oh, 100, and then that was it. But then I wanted that in it because it was, I just had it in my camera roll, really. I wanted that in it because I thought it was sweet for it to be in there, and I don't really know where I found it from. I just had it lying around, and I thought, whoa, what if I put that over it? And then it ended up sounding really cool. And then for the music video, which is one of the only music videos I've done, because I remember posting about 8 or 9 months ago saying, yeah, I'm making a music video for 7, and I never even started it. I just haven't been inspired enough I'll probably make one soon, but soon could mean anything because it's almost been a year since I promised that it was coming. No, the music video for Homebound is my little sister sticking her head out the window of a moving car, which I filmed on that. Yeah. On that. Yeah, that's that, I think. Well, I have a lot of artists I look up to, but a lot of them seem really out of the picture. I like Sawyer. Yeah, I think that would be cool. I could do that. Sawyer's cool. But then if we're looking like if I do succeed as an artist, yeah. I don't know how many people would think I'm not insufferable enough to do a collab with me. Oh god, I don't know. I don't know. All the artists that I'd like enough to do a collab with are like 60 now. So it's not really achievable. I don't know. That's a really good question. That's a real thinker. I can only think of Sawyer. I like Snow Strippers, but then that's not my genre of music. I couldn't do that. No. I don't know. It's a good. I'll get back to you once I'm less in my head. Have you ever heard of these things called ebos? You put them on your guitar and it makes this cool note. Radiohead use them a lot. I've always wanted to try using one of those, but my guitar, it's over there, is not doing so great at the moment, so I can't really try it out because I don't have it and I also wouldn't be able to use it, so it would be a bit pointless. But I do want to try that, and then I also want to do more sampling, I think, because obviously I did some for Perhaps It Can Be That Way from The Moon Is No Door, and then I also did it for I See a Thin Wire. Both of those were like old interviews and podcasts and stuff. I do want to sample more things actually that would be interesting to hear because I don't like to venture out. I do want to get more experimental with how stuff sounds because I think I've stuck to a sound with well, not everything that I released because my first two singles are like completely different to everything now, but I do want to kind of get out there more with how I sound, but then I don't know how I'd even achieve that without third party help. And like in the past two albums I released, the only two albums that I've released, I've done one cover in every album, and I wish I could write enough material to not have to do that because they always feel like fillers. But I just can never write 8 tracks myself. I just can't. I don't have enough whimsy. Not like creativity, but almost creative. It's just never that level. Yeah, it's just something that, hang on, I need to, my back is fucked. How do I start writing lyrics? That's good. Most of the time I make the instrumental first. However, recently that's been a thing that I've tried to drop because I can't make instrumentals quickly, and sometimes I want to, like, you know, just do it. And I've been trying to snap out of that more by doing more conceptual stuff, writing more conceptual stuff. So I have this. It's a notebook. Shocking, I know. Those are the lyrics to the beginning, the demo lyrics. Draft lyrics by Sea Thin Wire. And it's nothing like, well, it's similar, but it's also nothing like it. But then that's not all I do. I do like to draw in it. Anything really. One of these is overlaid. I think this is overlaid on one of my album covers. And just for a moment more. That's a lock. God, I wrote a bunch of stuff. We were on the way home from a holiday in Ireland, and I saw a bunch of windmills in the distance that weren't moving, and it freaked me out because I've never seen windmills stagnant. So I wrote about it. Yeah. It feels random, but also I was like, oh my god, like my pen was on fire, and then, yeah. Okay, thank you.